I can't just dream for me, mine, I. I got to dream with other people's dreams in mind as well. So the picture got a little bit bigger. I thought this was the picture. Now this is the picture that includes others as well.
It feels like also, because around that 2020 was like with COVID. It's amazing that something so devastating happened that causes our mindset to shift. What do you need improvement in?
Just want to go through the movie.
What is the purpose of overthinking? You're taking care of your loved one. That's how you can increase your sales.
Hello, everybody. This is Ferris.
And this is Caleb Flanoy, and welcome to another great episode of Conversations with the Homecare Guyz.
Caleb, brother, man, the week has got started, man. We are jumping into this thing, man. We had a great episode for the team, for the people today, man.
Oh, yeah. We have a great episode today, guys. Today, we're going to talk about just beginning with the end in mind. And so we're going to come up with a lot of scenarios of what we have done in our lives and in our business to really kind of think about the ending, the big picture. So the big picture idea. So, Ferris, before we dive into that, Ferris, how's your week?
Brother.
What's going on? Give me some updates. I know I saw you walking around with Robert, just giving him different things to kind of look for next week. Tell me what's going on.
Man, we're closing out this big major project over here at our headquarters, which will become our regional office. And so we had our building manager in going through and blue taping everything to go through and make sure we can finalize any little projects, and hopefully over the next 7 to 10 days we'll be finished with everything, and we'll be able to do the grand reveal for everybody as well.
That's gonna be so nice.
So man, this has been a labor of love. Have a lot of contractors that have contributed some time, a lot of thought, again, beginning with the end in mind. We knew where we wanted to go. We had to work that process to get there, brother. So that's what we had going over there, man. But man, other than that, man, how was your week coming along so far?
My week is coming along great, man. I've been doing a lot of great studying. I'm actually just excited about tomorrow. I'm going to go out and meet with some of our team members, and we're going to go out and just kind of talk about our core values and just kind of get to know them on more of a personal basis. So I'm excited about that. And then right now, next door, we have 2 health coaches being orientated. So we got a lot of stuff going on right now with Prime Care. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about this week. I know next week we have a conference that we're getting ready to attend. And so talk about that. Want to talk about that a little bit?
We're going to an amazing conference down in Florida. It's called Funnel Hackers Live. We're part of Funnel Hacking Community, so we do a lot of marketing here at Prime Care. And so we're going down there to meet other individuals that are even not within our field, who's not in our field actually, but just going down there to go through and actually pick up some different tips and techniques and just go through and get motivated to go through and actually really carry our dream forward for the next year and next 10 years as well. So I'm super excited. I've been to one. It's amazing. We're carrying a team. Caleb and also our videographer is going as well. It's going to be life-changing. If you have never been to a Funnel Hackers event with Russell Brunson, it is totally life-changing. So I'm super excited. I think Tony Robbins is going to be there, if I'm not mistaken, but he has a lot of heavy hitters as well.
Oh, that's going to be great. That's going to be great. Well, let's dive into our conversation today, man. Beginning and the end of mind. Ferris, you are always a big picture guy. You always talk about, it's not about the immediate, but it's about what we're thinking about in the future. So let's start off just why entrepreneurs and just people in general just need to think about like the ending picture, instead of just like where they are presently.
I think it's so important to look at the end in mind, because I look at it from 2 different perspectives. Of course, we know through life is going to be struggles. It's going to be ups and downs and everything. I think about when my wife and I are raising our child, we realized that the infancy stage is only going to last so long. The adolescent phase is going to last so long. The preteens and the teens and the adult phase is going to last for so long as well. But the end in mind, while we're raising our children the way that we're raising them, is because we see what we want. We know what the values we want them to have. We know the work ethic we want them to have. So we know what the end in mind looks like. But so now what we're doing throughout the process should actually produce it. It could be some wrenches that fly out that it may not come out to the outcome that we desire. But we know that we're doing the work because we have a desired end in mind. And I think so many times in life, people, they just don't think that far in business and relationships and family. They just kind of live from the day to day. But what do we want? What do we have a desire for our end in mind to look like? What is the picture going to look like when it's fully painted as well?
So it seems like to me like there needs to be some clear goals, some clear agreed upon objectives, and saying, well, this is what the end looks like.
Correct.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you taking care of an elderly or disabled loved one in your own home? Then I've got some news for you. Hello, I'm Crystal DeForest, and I'm a health coach with Prime Care Home Care. I have been with them for a year now, but for the past 2.5 years, Prime Care Home Care has been helping some individuals take care of their loved ones that are elderly or disabled in their own home and getting them paid. If you would like to find out some more information on that and to see if you qualify, then give me a call at 706-540-3847. Remember me for SFC. Call Crystal at 706-540-3847.
You know, I look at especially just a few things. I looked at just even in just friendships and relationships. You know, you need to know what like what the picture is.
Yeah.
You know, is it for a lifelong commitment? If it's is it for to keep peace? Is it to keep love there? And so all of those things is beginning with the end in mind. Fairs, we got this upcoming thing in October that we're getting ready to do which is our Vivid Vision, and we talked about our Vivid Vision to our audience probably a few episodes, well, definitely many episodes before. But what we're doing is, because we're becoming a national brand, and we realize that we are not the only ones that need to be putting in ideas on what the vision needs to, what we do. We are the visionaries for the business, but we need also valued input from our key level executives. Yeah. And so we're doing something different. We're doing like a Vision 5.0, Vivid Vision 5.0. And what we're doing is beginning with the end in mind. So we're having some of our executive team and some of our senior level executives, as well as we have been getting surveys from our team, our colleagues, and just kind of talk about how we want how we want our vision, or how we want the business to be within the next year, the next 3 years, the next 5 years. And so I think that's something like what we talked about, beginning and the end in mind, is bringing key people in and just kind of getting input.
I think it's so important because, again, a lot of people want to know what the end's going to look like.
Right.
People want to have a clear picture, clear vision of where they're going, because in life, visions connect with other vision. The reason why my wife married me, because she had a vision, I had a vision, and we saw coming together, our vision would move forward. Right. The reason why we're in business together is because you have a vision, I'm connected to the vision, and I want to see the vision fulfilled. The reason why our team members are connected to us is because you have a vision, we have a vision that we want to go through and make that, and we see ourselves as impact players on the team to go through and create that vision or make that vision manifest. Right. And what happens is, with the end in mind, what we're doing throughout the Vivid Vision process, we're able to go through and hear from key leaders. We're able to go through and see what are the things that they see, that what are the things they visualize, what's the things that you want to see your family accomplish in your lifetime, and how can we come together to go through and make sure we do this together. And I think it's so important that we bring key people to the team. Just like you said, this is Vivid Vision 5.0. Right. Well, for the last few years, it's just been Caleb and I. But
it's been only 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0.
So now we're adding more people.
Yeah, so it's so important to go through and do that, especially when your vision is expansive and it involves so many people. You have to stretch yourself and actually have that vision actually communicated.
Fairs, I'm kind of interested in see how this is going to be, because just thinking about where we want, and then definitely getting the valuable insight of others, and like, well, these are some things. Well, I guess it's going to be more so like, well, these are things how we can get there quicker, how we can get there faster, and then getting the input from from the staffing department, from the caregivers, from the nursing department, to really kind of make this a real, true vision. I'm just kind of interested in how that's going to work, because normally me and you, we go back and forth and we kind of write down our things and our objectives, and we know what our plan is, and just to kind of get the others, it's a little bit nerve-wracking for me, but it's also exciting.
Yeah, I think the twist that we're doing this year is going through, again, make sure we have key people around, because we can only assume we know where we want to go as an organization, but we don't know the impact that it has on each person.
Right.
And so we realize that some people have dreams of climbing the corporate ladder. Some people have dreams of sending their children off to college. Some people have dreams of buying their first home. Some people have dreams of buying their second home.
Right.
So as we need to hear those dreams, so that as we're casting the vision, as we're creating the map to get to where we're going, okay, are we building a boat or a ship? Because what happens is, people that are connected to your vision, if they do not see themselves in your vision, they're going to go through and find a vision to connect with.
Ooh.
And so it's so important for us to hear the team, because we can go through and assume that we're doing everything the way that we're supposed to do it, how it's done right by our eyes, but there may be people that their cup is not getting full.
Right.
So that's why we're bringing other people around the table to go through and get a consensus of how do we go through and fill the cups up? How do we go through and as we cast the vision, how do we begin with the end in mind? Because now, if we're building a boat, but we have people that have have shift mindsets, we need to go through and transform our shifting to go through and say, hold up, let's build this ship if that's what our capacity can hold, or to go through and realize that this is just a segue for people to start their own ship or start their own boat. So I think it's so important to have those people around the table.
I like that. Fairs, I want to talk about, especially, where we have started from, started from our mother's living room, and little did we know, we will build a multi-state organization in the home care industry and getting ready to build an ecosystem. Did you ever think that this right here was going to be like, did you ever feel that this was going to be like the end result of what we started?
It's amazing that my thinking shifted. It shifted once I knew the work process. I knew the work was there. I knew we had the ups and the downs.
Right.
But when you have sometimes those little levels of faith, or those little signs that come in and say, hold up, we're on the right path. I think my thinking, my dreaming actually started to shift in 2020 when we had a whole transformation of the business, because the business
whole different direction.
Whole different direction. Was doing well, but we realized that it's not just one part of the business. It's not just covering our local area. It's going through and make sure we dream big enough so other people's dreams can come true as well.
Right.
So once that shift happened, that's when my frame of mind started to shift. Then I started to dream a little bit bigger. I'm like, hold up, I can't just dream for me, my, and I. I got to dream with other people's dreams in mind as well. So the picture got a little bit bigger. I thought this was the picture. Now this is the picture that includes others as well.
It feels like also, because around that 2020 was like with COVID. It's amazing that something so devastating happened that causes our mindset to shift. Because, there's been so many businesses that have went under during the COVID-19, during that process. And so your mindset shifted. Your mindset shifted because we could have been one of those statistics, with those businesses, that grew a successful business, and just all of a sudden, due to hardships, everything just collapsed and just didn't work out for us. But we had to do a shift, and then from that shift, it just kind of kept shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting, and to a point where it just we went a whole different direction in our business. And so I thought that was a really good thing, but so I want to say I never thought it was gonna be as, we're gonna be a national brand, but now I'm so excited and fired up with it now. It's like, I'm believing it now because the energy is there, and I see the work that you have to put into it.
Correct.
And so the work that you have to put into it is not just going to be the owners. It's going to be a team collect. It's Correct. A collaborative effort. And now I realize that everyone, when they say those little cliches fairs about there's no I in team, there's really no I in team.
Exactly.
It's a collective effort, and a team is what wins championships.
Exactly.
It's not just one person winning a championship.
And I think when I look at some of the greats in life, whether it be business, whether it be personalities, whether it be in media,
right.
I look at your Oprah Winfrey's, I look at your Steve Jobs, I look at your Jeff Bezos, I look at your Mark Zuckerberg, I look at your Shirley Franklin, who led the city of Atlanta. I look at those individuals, and yes, they were the forerunners. Yes, they were in the spotlight, but right. each one of those individuals had a team, and each one of those individuals were able to impact the lives of the people that were connected with them as well.
Right.
So I think that, again, the vision started with you, and the vision, like as the visionary, and I think we speak a lot about that, the visionary, it takes the visionary, but it also takes those supporters to go through and say, you know what, I'm going to go through and hold up the hands, the mantle of the visionary to go through and make it come true. The reason why Oprah is so great is because she had a great team.
Yes.
The reason why LeBron James wins championships is because he has a great team.
Right.
The reason why Jeff Bezos is one of the largest e-commerce, has the largest e-commerce business is because he has a team, a great team. No one does it by themselves. And I guarantee when Oprah was just in Tennessee, or when LeBron James was in Ohio, or when Jeff Bezos was in his garage, they may not have thought the impact of what they're going to go through and actually have had on today. They just knew they had to go through and work and had to continue to go through and dream bigger. So I think the painted picture kept getting bigger and bigger. The vision kept getting bigger and bigger. And I think it's so important for people to realize that when you're connected to the visionaries, is to stay connected, because as they go through and dream bigger, we grow as well.
That's it.
And one thing, I'm going to say this, because with you and Joshua going through and starting this company, because you all dared to dream, now some of my dreams are coming true because I'm connected to the visionary. And I think it's so important as well that as we continue to go through and actually move and shake and do things that are amazing in this world, is to go through and ensure that we stay connected to the dream, the vision, and the visionary.
Oh my goodness gracious! That's beginning and end of mind. You know, I want to say a few things. You know, I thank you for being a part of the team and being part of like being a contributing factor to the vision as well. Because you know, there's times in my life, you know, that, you know, as a dreamer, as a visionary, some of those ideas, you know, don't come often. Correct. You know, and then, you know, and then figuring out the next steps and figuring out what the direction for the business is that needs to be for this year or this quarter or something like that. But Ferris, you have really been a vital part to that, and I think that you have expanded my mindset on really seeing the ending picture. Yeah. You know, sometimes even with conversations and even with meetings, you know, sometimes I like to handle everything in one meeting, but you can't handle everything in one meeting. You know, you got to let it fizzle out and pretty much kind of begin with the end in mind. You know, the goal is to get this done, and how do you do it? You can't eat an elephant all in one day. Exactly. Mama always said that. You just have to take a little bit at a time. So I want to say that, man, you are a great visionary. You have encouraged me to realize and to really promote the ending picture, the ending picture, because I sometimes I want to do things so fast, and
it's so important to go through and put people in a position to win. Yeah. And sometimes we want things immediately, and it's not in the fast. If you want it it's not the right timing. Sometimes at the appropriate timing, the things will happen that will happen as well. And so that's one thing I learned as well, and I'm still learning, that just because I want something right now, immediate does not mean it's for right now. There's some ideas. I was talking to my coach yesterday. There's some ideas that we talked about over the last year, and I'm like, these are great ideas, but we cannot implement all those ideas right now. The ideas are on paper. They're going to be great ideas, but as we expand the team, as we go through and get more team members on board, there's somebody out there right now that's saying, okay, well, hey, I'm the person that will be able to take that part of the vision and carry it forward. Yes. I've been waiting for an opportunity to go through and connect with a team that has visionaries that can go through and say, hey, we're going to this level, and I want to be a part of that team. I think thus our goal is to go through and continue to go through and actually have that expansive dream, that vision that will allow people to go through and actually develop personally and professionally so they can see their lives change as well. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for this great episode, man. It was a great conversation. Like, you know, we talked about that. We see the bigger picture. I think that it's important to write down the vision so you can have a clear objective of what the ending picture is. And I think that's with anything, with relationships, with friendships, with family, with your job, your career, you know, your business. Yeah, write down what it is. And that's one thing I'm going to take more time for myself, is write down my ending picture. What do I want this to look like? What do I want my health to look like? What do I want my finances to look like? You know, all of those things. And then begin in the end of the picture and realize that it's not going to happen overnight. Bruh. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. I want to put something on there. I was talking to a young man who's seeking to become a part of our team. I was talking about him yesterday, and I think it's so important. And I'm gonna get in the middle camera, Zach. I think it's so important for individuals to go through and realize that as you're connecting to a vision-driven company, you have to prepare yourself for where it's going as well. One thing is, if you're connecting to a vision-driven company or visionaries, you have to know where you desire to go. And that's one thing I was asking the young man. I said, hey, go through and think about it. Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? What are some of your strengths that you have as well? Because if we're talking about beginning with the end in mind, where do you see yourself maybe X, Y, and Z? And it's our goal as visionaries to go through and see how can we help you get there. And some of those paths of getting there is, hey, how can we help you get there, and let's collaborate on a few things. Yes. Or how do we go through and get there so now it's a win-win for both of us as well. So it's so important as we think about the end in mind, you have to do the work. You have to position yourself to be a thinker, to go through and think, well, this is where I'm going, and be able to communicate where you're going confidently and have some reassurance to say, hold up, in the next 3 to 5 years, this is where I'm going to be. I'm going to be an impact player on the prime care team. Yes. I'm going to be an executive. I'm going to be on the executive team as we go through and expand and go to take over the nation. I'm going to be one of the top people that go through and be on the expansion team. I'm going to be the best caregiver I'm going to be the best nurse. I'm going to be the best videographer. Whatever it is your responsibility to go through and see yourself where you desire to see yourself before you see yourself there.
Exactly. Another great episode with the conversation with the Homecare Guys. Thank you, Ferris, for all your wisdom and insight. Guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as tell a friend about Conversation with the Homecare Guys, as well as go on Spotify right now and leave a 5-star review.
Yeah. And remember, every week, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're dropping new episodes, new content. So again, let's not go through and hold this in just for ourselves. Make sure you click that share button. Make sure you click that like button and let us know where you're tuning in from as well, so that we can go through and communicate back with you, and so we can spread the good news, what the Homecare Guys is doing as well. So again, we thank all the followers, supporters, and everything, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.